It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Friday, the 28th of January. I'm Michael Groff. A dry but windy day here in the valley today and across much of the state. Temperatures pretty close to seasonal averages, and that will carry into the weekend with some increase in clouds. As we go to next week, there are signs of slightly cooler temperatures in here, but no meaningful chances of rain anytime soon. We'll talk about all of that in just a moment, but first, it's Friday, so that means it's Photo Friday here, where we take a look at some of the photos and or videos that you guys have submitted. First, we go to Northwest Arizona. These are courtesy of Steve up in Willow Creek. Cool cloud formations up that way, and especially this one right here, the sunset. That looks spectacular. Then last Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, remember those showers and thunderstorms that popped up, especially over the West Valley? Well, Beth caught one of those in development shortly before sunset. Look at that. That looks really cool. And finally, since there was active weather around last week, you know our friend Ryan Seek was out there taking his pictures down on I-8, pretty close to Maricopa. Got everything in motion here. First, you had the cool cloud formations in advance of the unsettled weather, the developing showers and storms, the sunset, the majestic nature of the Arizona desert. Ryan Seek does it all. Of course, you know him for his monsoon photography that you see here every summer, but hey, anytime there's active weather, you know he'll be out there taking those pictures, and we'd love to see that. And of course, some rare January lightning as well, so that's really cool. So thank you to Ryan, and thanks to everyone for your submissions. As always, we do this every Friday. It's Photo Friday, and if you want to get in on it, you can do so. groffshow@gmail.com is my email address. That is groffshow@gmail.com for Photo Friday. All right, let's take a look at the almanac from yesterday. 69 degrees, the afternoon high. 42 was the morning low. Not too far away from where we ought to be for this time of year. And as we take a look outside right now at 8:35 a.m., sunny sky here in Phoenix, and we're sitting at 48 degrees at Sky Harbor, but it's bone dry. Dew point at 12, relative humidity 23%, the wind from the northeast at 10 miles per hour, and the barometer way up there at 30.34 inches and steady. The upper air look this morning shows high pressure out here across much of the west with a broad trough over the eastern half of the nation. Now, what this graphic doesn't show is the surface chart, which depicts strong high pressure sitting over Utah and low pressure just to the east of Arizona, a northwest to southeast oriented pressure gradient. And that's why we have those northeasterly winds here across Arizona today, and those will continue through at least the afternoon hours. Here's the watch warning map. We do have wind advisories to include places like Flagstaff, Sedona, Payson, down toward the southeastern portion of the state, Tucson, Douglas, Bisbee, Sierra Vista, our eastern mountains included as well. So if you are planning to head up to the mountains today, keep in mind that you could encounter those crosswinds anywhere from 30 to 50 miles per hour. But even here in Phoenix, even though we do not have a wind advisory officially posted, we could see some gusts as high as 40 miles per hour briefly through the day today. Elsewhere around the nation, still those dense fog and air stagnation advisories continue for the coastal sections of the Pacific Northwest, and a major winter storm brewing up in the northeast. And I would expect to see some airport closures, or at the very least delays this weekend. Traveling going to be very difficult. These are the snow totals coming off of the national blend of models for this system this weekend, and very impressive numbers here. You could see pretty close to 2 feet of snow for Boston, anywhere from 6 to 10 inches or so for New York City, and more than that for Hartford, Providence, and much of eastern Maine involved in that too. 12 plus, 15 plus inches of snow, and it will be blowing snow again. Blizzard conditions at times, very windy up there. So do keep that in mind. And that very same storm system is pulling down lots of cold air for the eastern half of the country. Look at this map. I mean, we've got wind chill advisories all the way down into Florida. Yes, wind chill advisories in the state of Florida. Very impressive. Look at these low temperatures forecast for Sunday morning, again coming off the national blend of models. Well below freezing, down in the mid-20s in North Florida, around Tallahassee, Jacksonville, near 30 for Tampa Bay, even the mid-30s as far south as Miami. So it will be very cold. Yes, it does not get that cold very often in Florida, but it does happen from time to time. These will be the coldest temperatures that Miami has seen in 11 years. The convective outlook for today, the good news is with most of the nation in cool, stable air, no organized severe weather. In fact, not a single rumble of thunder to be found across the lower 48. And here's a look at precipitation. This is valid through next Friday morning from the WPC. Rain amounts in Phoenix, nothing. Statewide, essentially nothing. We're going to stay dry. There will be a weather system that comes through here next week and maybe cools us off a little bit, but that will come through with very little fanfare. We'll talk about that and everything else going on right now as we get to the models. Here we go. This is the GFS. It's the 06Z run. This is valid at 2 o'clock this afternoon. High pressure building in across the western states, but do note that upper low off the California coast that will slide through here this weekend and that very deep trough for the eastern half of the nation. So down below all of that today, mostly sunny here in Phoenix, but windy with east to northeasterly winds 15 to 25 miles per hour. Could see gusts as high as 40 today. And over the higher terrain of the rim, the eastern mountains in southeast Arizona, wind gusts might top out at 50 miles per hour. High temperatures in Phoenix, upper 60s to low 70s. And the other hazard that you'll want to be aware of, especially if you're heading southeast of the valley down toward Tucson, on that I-10 corridor, sometimes we call it the dust corridor when it gets windy like this, over Pinal County, we could see some areas of reduced visibility and blowing dust. So again, something to watch for. Now tonight, the winds will back off a little bit. It'll still be breezy, partly cloudy sky overnight, lows in the 40s to around 50. And then tomorrow, some clouds around, breezy in the morning, and then the winds should die down by the afternoon. High temperatures again, upper 60s to low 70s. Now, over the weekend, this upper low does come through Saturday night and Sunday. Not much fanfare with it as it does. The subcloud layer is extremely dry. So we will see some clouds with this, partly sunny sky for Sunday and high temperatures, still somewhere in the upper 60s to low 70s. And again, maybe a light breeze. On Monday, a mix of sun and clouds, high temperatures, upper 60s to around 70. And a gradual cooling trend will take place as we go further into next week for Tuesday and Wednesday, highs mid to upper 60s. But again, just some clouds around, no precipitation. There is a trough that will be digging in through the Intermountain West, mainly to the north and east of Phoenix across the Rockies and the Four Corners, but there won't be any moisture with it this far south. So we will see some breezes picking up by Thursday, and high temperatures should fall off toward the lower and middle 60s, but models have continued to trend in a more shallow direction with this trough, so it does not appear that we'll get much in the way of cooler air, just a little bit here by the end of next week. Speaking of, here's a week from today. This is Friday, the 4th of February. A big ridge extends from the Gulf of Alaska through much of the western states. Meanwhile, a trough over the eastern half of the nation, very similar pattern to what we have now. And in that configuration, yeah, there's a little upper low that may try to close off just south of us, so we could see some breezy conditions, but overall temperatures would be pretty close to seasonal averages and dry conditions would continue. And then as we go out 10 days, this is Sunday, the 6th of February, big trough over eastern Canada and across the northern tier states. Meanwhile, a ridge continues over the northeast Pacific, and that looks like a dry northwesterly flow here and seasonal temperatures to continue. And checking out rainfall for Phoenix, this is going out through the 11th of February, coming off of the GFS ensemble, and the mean remains well under 1/4 of an inch. The control member is sneaking up there toward 1/2 inch, but we're not going to concern ourselves with that. It looks like a dry period will continue with below average chances of rain, no significant precipitation expected anytime soon. And temperatures off the national blend of models, rather seasonal here for late January and early February. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video due back here on Monday morning. Of course, updates before that if necessary. If you enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave your comments, questions, and suggestions. And as I often do, I invite you to check out my streaming station, one of my side ventures. It's called KMGX, where we play a lot of music, have a lot of fun while doing it. It's myself and the one and only Michelle involved in the development and operation of that. And in my humble and accurate opinion, it's just magnificent. So I leave a link to that in the description and how you can listen via your smart speaker. Thank you so much for watching, all of your continued support, and you guys be safe out there. Have yourselves a great Friday and a wonderful weekend.